the Rainbow Reactor. My name is Dottie. I'm in charge of running this place. Or rather,
Hey guys,
what's left
so
of it.
today I'm back with a very special and
I see
unique
you are
classic
already
VR
wearing
game
the smart
called
watch
Rainbow
we sent
Reactor
you.
Fusion.
Please use
Now we're
it
going to start
to
this
bring
video
up
off with a
the
little
watch
VR
menu
history lesson here
using
for
the
you.
X or
So,
the A button.
Rainbow Reactor released a long
With
time
the
ago
arrow
on
buttons
Steam
at the
VR.
top, you can
And
flip through
it
the
was a
menu's
puzzle game
pages.
similar to something
Some
like Candy
pages
Crush
have
or
sub-pages, which you
there's this
can
game, I forget what it's
browse
called, where
with
it's like
the
a
two
frog and
arrow
it has these
buttons
orbs and you
at
have to
the
shoot the
bottom.
orbs to match them. It's basically your standard
Okay,
color matching
now
game, you
we
know?
are ready
Balls
to
roll
begin.
down to you, you have to throw them and match the colors.
I
And that's
have
what that game
no
was all
other
about.
choice
Now, it's
but
on
to
Steam
summon
VR, so
you,
it has amazing
as you
visuals,
are a
it
distant
looks
relative
gorgeous,
of
it has
our
a
founder,
bumping
Professor
soundtrack, you know?
Alfred
And
Knudsen
it
von
really solidified
Hasselhoff.
itself as being a hit.
Now,
Now,
it pains me to say
a
that
few years later, they
the
released
family has really
Rainbow Reactor
abandoned
Fusion,
us, as have
which
all the
takes that
humans.
same puzzle gameplay, but as they like to put it,
Let's
fuses
take
it
the
with
tour
a
of
story.
this sorry disaster
So it's
that
not
was
just
once
puzzles
the Rainbow
anymore, as you can see
Reactor.
right here.
Please
You know,
grab this
so far I haven't done really
elevator
any
control handle.
I haven't done
Of
any of like the
course, the
stages yet.
elevator doesn't
You
have
kind of
a
have to
lot
go
of
around,
power,
and this
like
parts of it,
everything
like
in
these
this
segments of it
building.
where you're going
So
around
I'm
the factory,
afraid the only
it
way
reminds
is
me a
down.
lot of Bendy and the Ink Machine. Now, it's not as dark as Bendy and the Ink Machine, but it has still that kind of eerie feeling to it. So, you know, it's all abandoned. You can tell it's, you know, no one's been there for a while. But it's also just, look at outside this ball you're in the reactor. That's one of my other favorite parts about this game, is that you can see outside, and it's just so visually appealing. This is a classic game, and you should be able to tell just from looking at it. You know, it's definitely older, but it's still, here on the Pico, looks incredible. You know, they've done a great job of pushing the visuals to the max and using the Pico to its full advantage. Now, when it comes to my overall grade of this game, I would say the puzzle aspects of it are probably my favorite part, like the story.
This is the basement.
And then the actual gameplay, while it's incredible, don't get me wrong, it's amazing. It's so much fun. It's just I just really like the story because, like I said, it gives me that Bendy and the Ink Machine feeling, and I haven't had any game like that in VR. You know, I never even played Bendy and the Ink Machine, but when I was a kid, I used to watch people like Markiplier play it. You know. So, being in this game and having that same feeling, and then you have these fun, you know, reactor levels where you got to match all the balls, and again, just wait till those come up. The soundtrack is incredible. You know, it all kind of ties in together, and it makes it this really, really beautiful, full feeling experience. Now, I'm not going to say this game doesn't have its downsides to it. The majority of them, though, are not really the fault of the game. Because this game, like I said, it's an older game, and when this game came out, this was, you know, top of the line, everything here, crazy, and it still holds up pretty good. But on certain aspects, you can tell where, you know, it's more dated. Like, there's a lot of invisible walls, and that's something that feels very old school VR. When, you know, you're walking around, like, when I say there's a lot of invisible walls, it's like you can't walk off the stage, you know, it's like you have a very specific path you're supposed to walk. That makes it feel kind of old school. The way the systems work, like right here where the inventory, you pick something up, it automatically just teleports into your hip. You don't like put it there or anything. And then trying to get it out's a little bit wonky. And so again, like it has these things that, you know, again, feel a little bit dated, but it doesn't hold back the experience at all. I mean, maybe the slightest bit, but again, it's nothing noticeable. It doesn't bring it down. You're still going to have a great time here. Now, this wants me to go look for the valves, it says, and this was way more difficult than I would have thought it would have been. You know, it's like, oh, the valves must be somewhere, and I mean, yeah, I guess they were somewhere. So I'm back, and you know, we just found the valves, and it definitely took us a little bit. That was much quicker than how long it actually took me, of course, because it was sped up. But I'll admit it was a little bit difficult to find those. And that's one thing to me that's actually a good thing. I know it might kind of surprise people, but when I play a puzzle game like this and it has some story elements, like, you know, I want to kind of have to look around. I want it to be kind of difficult like that, where you want to look around each little aspect of the stage, because that also allows you to see all the little details. And again, where you have a game like this, where the art is such a big part of it, you know, you want to see all the little details. You want to see all the little 3D models they put in and all the hard work they put in, because all those things are like little tastes of the game. Now, we're finally right about to start our, you know, the first reactor aspect of it. So this is kind of the main part of the game. When we were talking about just the original Rainbow Reactor, this is what that whole game was. We're just doing this. So this is, again, the main part. Now it has story and this. But this is kind of the main selling point of the game, you know. And again, the soundtrack here, amazing. They've done a great job. I fucking love the soundtrack to this game. I won't lie to you guys. It goes way harder than it has to. And I love the robot. I love Dottie. That's who's been following me around this whole time. I don't know why I haven't brought her up yet. It's kind of rude of me. But she, you know, she flies around, she guides you around the factory, makes little comments, you know. She's funny. Sometimes I wish she'd help me out a little bit more. Like, when I was looking for those valves, I was like, come on. Like, dude, come on, you know, tell me. Like, where am I supposed to go? And she just sat there, just floating up in the sky, just looking at me. And, you know, that's fine. But, you know, so I wish she would help out a little bit more sometimes. But, you know, she's got other things to do, like watching, I guess. But, but yeah, so... again, onto this reactor gameplay. It's brilliant. So I don't do any of it in this video because this is in the very early stages. It's the beginning of the game. But one of the cool things you can do with this is how it has balls rolling down either side. I could grab this pink one, and now I could grab the yellow one that's right about to come down. And if I had held on to both of those, I could have fused those together to make a new color. And when you fuse them, again, I really should have showed it off for you guys, but you can move it around like slime and like play with it. Like, it's very cool the way the physics work in this. And that's what I mean. Like, this is a full game here. Like, yes, it might be old, it might be a little bit dated, but it's the full package. It still holds up today, and that's what makes it a classic. You know, this is something that's going to go down in VR history here. Now, I got this when it was on sale. I don't know if you guys remember, we had the Pico winter sale. It just ended a week or two ago. And for one of the final offers, every single week or every single couple of days, they'd add like 2 or 3 games, and they'd give them like crazy good deals, like 70% off or something. And it was like 3 selected games, and most of them were kind of hit or miss. This was one of the last ones they ended up offering. And this is a game that's been on my radar for forever because, again, it really is a classic. You know, I've seen people play this when I was younger, and I used to watch people play VR. I've seen a couple of YouTubers play this game. But on top of that, I've also just heard constant things about it. I've heard people reference it all the time when they refer to other puzzle games that have took inspiration from Rainbow Reactor Fusion or just Rainbow Reactor. So, yeah, it's really cool to finally be playing this game. I got it for like, I think it was like $3. It was something crazy like that, like $3. It might have even been cheaper. It was like $4 or $3. Normally it's only like an $11 game. So again, you're not like breaking the bank here or anything. It's not too expensive. But it's definitely worth the asking price for sure, even when it's not on sale. But if you were able to get it on sale like I was, or if you can wait, because this is a game that I've seen go on sale multiple times in the Pico store. If you wait a little bit for it to go on sale again, you might be able to get an even better deal. But again, even if you pay full price, you're not going to be feeling ripped off with this one. You know, you're going to feel like you got a good purchase. So, we're getting towards the end of my video here. We got about 2 or 3 minutes left. And I want to kind of give you guys some time to, you know, watch the gameplay, see it for yourself, without having me talk over it. Because, again, the art style is a big part of it. And I think it's, you know, when I'm talking, I'm being a little bit distracting here. But it's also just the soundtrack, like I said. This game's got an amazing soundtrack. I want you guys to be able to listen to it, hear it, see how good it is for yourselves. So, without further ado, here the rest of the video will just be pure gameplay. And yeah, it was nice talking to you guys. I hope you guys loved this video, and have a great night or day whenever you guys are seeing this.
Great. Good. Only one reaction more. Great, you've reached the end of the shift. Any chromium balls left will be deducted from your score. You left less than 11 chromium balls in the pool. Not bad. You get 1,000 bonus points. Your multiplier is at maximum. You'll get 500 bonus points. You cleared the shift without any strikes. You'll get 1,000 bonus points. Alright, that could have gone worse. Now it's time to go to reactor loading station number 2. It's right over here. What on earth?